In today's YouTube video, guys, we are going to be taking a look at the new top 5 best guns to use here after the Season 2 update here in Modern Warfare 3. Now, after this update, we got brand new guns, buffs, and nerfs, so there is a new list of weapons that we need to go over. So if you guys are new here and find this video help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now, for our first weapon in today's video, guys, we have the BP50, aka the F2000. Now, this weapon is really good here in Modern Warfare 3. People are saying it's good in Warzone, and this weapon is so good that it actually may be used in the competitive scene, the CDL now, as the flex gun. Now, for my class setup, it's not for rank play because it is restricted, but here for pubs, what we're going to be adding on is a magazine, and I'm going with the 45 round mag. Now, this weapon has a crazy fast fire rate. I do believe it actually has one of the fastest time to kills now here in Modern Warfare 3. I'm not too sure about Warzone, but this weapon is a 100% need of a larger mag, so we are going to be throwing this on for our first attachment. It's not going to stop our flow. We still have a fast aim down sight speed, movement speed, and everything, with this assault rifle having high mobility and handling, making this weapon very broken. So we're going to go ahead and add this on for our first attachment. Now, for the underbarrel, for our next attachment, we're going to be adding on the DR6 hand stop. Now, we're going to work on some mobility and handling for this build to help us have that run and gun type of play style, be more aggressive, get those high kill games, get into more engagements and everything, which is really good. Increase of movement speed, sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, aim walking movement speed. Let's just make the assault rifle that's good. Let's make it a little bit better, get those high kill games. This attachment is really good, so we're going to go ahead and throw it on for our second attachment. Now, for the muzzle, you can add on the Jack BFB if you want to abuse it, give it no recoil and everything, but I'm tired of using it. I kind of feel it's repetitive, and honestly, I'm really shocked that this attachment didn't get nerfed here in Season 2, so what we're going to be adding on instead is we're going to go over here to the ported X10 ported muzzles, and we're going to be adding on the X10 ported 290. Now, this is probably the second best. Now, if you want to add on the Jack BFB, you can. If you want to run this one, as you don't get as much cons, this attachment is going to make the weapon have no recoil. Now, I'm sure you watched earlier's video. I used the same attachment, the F2000, whatever you may call it here, did not move whatsoever. So I'm going to be throwing this on instead of the Jack BFB. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be running the Lore 9 heavy barrel. We're going to give it a little bit faster of a time to kill, make the weapon a little bit more stable, more calm, easier control, and also the weapon's not going to move at all. Our bullets are traveling faster, they're hitting harder, traveling further. Let's just make the weapon a little bit better at those longer ranges, so we're going to be adding this on. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the optic, and I like to add on the slate reflector, but like I say in my videos, choose whatever optic that you guys like. Now, for my next weapon in today's list, guys, we have the Ram 9, the new SMG. Now, people are saying this is actually the new best SMG here in Modern Warfare 3 in Warzone, and with this weapon being the best now, people are going to start using it in the CDL potentially. They're testing it out, so we may have a 4-weapon meta here in the CDL now in rank play as well. I do know you can use this one. I know you can't use the BP50 yet in rank play if it goes through with the CDL, but for my class up, guys, for the first attachment, we are going to the stock and adding on the HVS 3.4 pad. It's going to help with gun kick control, aiming stability, recoil control, and aiming auto sway. Now, with this weapon, we're not going to be adding an optic on, so it's going to have a lot of visual recoil. It's going to bounce a lot, so this attachment is going to help calm the weapon down. It's not going to bounce as much once we start holding the trigger more, and we want to be aggressive. We want to be accurate. With this weapon having a crazy fast time to kill, the more accurate the weapon's easier to control, the more kills we're going to get. So we are going to be adding on the 3.4 pad here for our first attachment. Now, for the rear grip, we're going to be adding on the Retort 90 grip tape. Now, again, this can help with firing aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control. Like I said, the more accurate we can get this, have no recoil, better control of the weapon, and with this weapon having a crazy fast fire rate, we are going to be the best player on the map. So we're going to get those high kill games, be more accurate, people are going to get annoyed, you're going to drop your streaks, get those 100 kill games, get those MGB nukes, and this attachment is going to help out a lot. So we are going to be adding this on for our second attachment. Now, with this weapon having a fast fire rate, we are going to be adding a magazine on 100%, so we are going to be going with the 50 round mag just for a larger magazine size, so we don't have to reload as much. And with this weapon having crazy fire rate, a fast time to kill, you're not going to have to reload as much, which is really good. We don't have to slow our pace down to reload, stop and reload, whatever it may be when you do reload. So we are going to be adding this on so we don't have to reload all the time. Now, we're going to jump up here to the underbarrel next, and what we're going to be adding on, again, is going to be the DR6 hand stop grip. We're going to work on some mobility here. Now, this is going to help out a lot, just, again, moving fast around the map, get into those engagements, get those high kill games, moving faster, shooting faster off a sprint, aiming down sights faster, moving faster while aiming down sights. You really can't beat that, so we are going to be adding it on. And then jumping into our final attachment, guys, we're going to go to the muzzle here, and what we're going to be doing is adding on the pro player muzzle, and that is the Purifier muzzle brake. Now this can help with horizontal recoil control and firing aiming stability, again making this weapon more stable, really easy to control, and you're just going to get easy kills with this build. Now for our third weapon, guys, we have the MCW, which is still one of the best weapons here in the game, even though it got a little nerf here in today's update from its handling. Now for my build, it's still the same kind of as what I use usually, but I changed 2 attachments. Now for my first attachment, guys, we're going to go to the rear grip, and I'm going to be adding on the RB Claw PSL grip. We're getting firing aiming stability, which is probably the most important on this attachment, but it's a bonus here. We're getting some gun kick control and recoil control, making the weapon more calm. You're going to be better accurate at any range, really, so you're going to be hitting your shots, being more accurate, getting your accurate kills, and that's what we want. So we are going to be adding this on for our first attachment. Now, for the optic, this is a new optic I've used for my MCW just because I don't really like the slate reflector on it. If you like to use a slate reflector, go ahead and add it on. I know it's popular on the MCW, but for me, I'm going to be adding on the MK3 reflector. Now, there's some guns in this game that I have to use an MK3 reflector. The Bass B, the Sidewinder, the MTZ762, this weapon, and a lot of others. Now, I don't know what it is, but I just feel more consistent when I have the MK3 reflector on the MCW. If I'm playing pubs, if I'm playing rank play, it really doesn't matter. If I have the MK3 reflector on, I feel more consistent in my shots, in my kills. So I'm going to be adding this on for our second attachment here. Now, for the barrel, this is a new attachment that you want to start running here. Now, I know most people run the Cyclone barrel just because, you know, people in the pro players use it. Most people use it in rank play, but there's actually a better barrel to use instead of the Cyclone, which is the Midnight barrel. Now, it's going to help with bull velocity and range. You're getting movement speed, aim down sight speed, and aiming auto sway. Now, the only thing that the Cyclone barrel has on this weapon is just a little bit more bull velocity by 8%. Nothing too crazy, but with this barrel, we are getting more damage range. As you guys see here, we're getting a 20% increase instead of a 15%. We're also getting mobility increase and aim down sight speed increase, so we could be a little bit more aggressive, have that run and gun SMG play style. If you're playing pubs or in rank play, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be able to move fast around the map, hit your people hard like a truck, take your gunfights to longer ranges, and have a faster time to kill. You can't really beat that at all, so we are gonna be adding this on for our next attachment. Now, for the muzzle, what I'm going to be adding on is we're going to go over here until we reach the brakes here, and we're going to be adding on the T51R billeted brake. Now, we're going to get a lot more vertical recoil control, firing aiming stability, and gun kick control. Now, the damage range is going to go down a little bit here, which is okay. Our weapon is more stable, and it really doesn't matter if you're being accurate, you're hitting your shots, you're really not going to notice the 5% increase or decrease in our damage range or bull velocity. You're not going to notice, so make sure to have on the billeted brake. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel, and for my attachment this time, we're going to be adding on the FTAC MSP 98 hand stop grip for faster aim walking movement speed, a little bit more recoil control and gun kick control, and movement speed to help us be a little bit more aggressive. Now for our next weapon in today's video, guys, we have the Striker. Now I'm excited about this one just because it did get a good buff here in the Season 2 update, kind of making it how it used to be in the beta. If you remember it, it was really good. It was the best weapon, a crazy fast time to kill. It was better than the ACR, and at any range it melted people, and that's what this update did. It kind of reverted it back to that. So the Striker may be a runner-up for a meta. It always been a good SMG, but it's definitely better than it was prior to this update. So for this class setup, what we're going to work on first is going to be the optic, and I'm going to be adding on the slate reflector. Like I said with the MCW, there's just certain optics I have to use for different weapons, and the slate reflector is 100% going to the Striker. I like using this a lot, so we are going to be adding on for our first attachment. Again, like I say though, add on your favorite optic, which mine is a slate reflector on the Striker. So we're going to go ahead and throw this on here. Now, for the stock, we're going to be adding on the RB Assault stock. Now, this can help with gun kick control, aim down sight speed, firing aiming stability, and recoil control. Again, just making the weapon more calm, really easy to use at those longer ranges. We're going to hit our shots, be more accurate, get those guaranteed kills. That's what we want, so we're going to go ahead and throw this on here. Now, for the magazine, we're going to go ahead and add on the 48 round mag. Now, since this weapon has a high handling and mobility, you know, I don't want to hurt it too much. If I look at the 60 here, as you see, I'm getting a pretty good chunk taken away out of that mobility. I don't want that. If it was like the handling, I would use it, but if I'm not running like the no stock or anything, I won't be running the 60 round drum. So we're going to stick with the 48 round mag. With this weapon having a slow fire rate though, and its damage range buff, you know, we have a faster time to kill. We're not going to be reloading as much, so it's not going to hurt our movement speed or anything like that. So we're going to add on the 48 round mag. Now, instead of using a barrel for this build, I'm going to go with the ammunition type and add on the high grain rounds. We're going to increase that damage range. We're going to increase that bullet velocity, give it an even faster time to kill, and it's not going to hurt the weapon as much besides a little bit of recoil control. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy. The stock and our next attachment is going to help out a lot. So again, we're having a faster time to kill, longer ranges, traveling further, hitting harder, traveling faster. It's really good, and we don't have to run a barrel if we're running the high grain rounds, so we are going to be adding this on. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel, and what's going to kind of help, you know, gain back our recoil control is going to be the Bruin Heavy Support Grip. Now we're getting some aiming auto sway here, gun kick control, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability again, just making the weapon more stable, which I'm more concerned about because I have good control of my weapons anyway, because I learned, you know, how to counter recoil control and everything like that on the weapons. But having this on is just going to make it really easy to use at any range, and you're just going to have all control of this build. Now for our next and final weapon in today's video, guys, we have the WSP9 SMG, aka the Uzi. Now this weapon probably got the best buff out of all the weapons in today's update. It got a faster aim down sight speed, better maximum damage range, and also better near to medium damage range. So overall, just a better SMG, and this is what this update really needed for this weapon. This was a must-have for this weapon to make it better. But for this class, we're going to make it a little bit better here and start with the barrel. Now I went with the Reckless 90 long barrel. We're going to increase that damage range by 12%, really good. And also we're going to increase that bullet velocity by 6%. Now having this on and with the buff is just going to make this weapon really good up close, medium, and far range. It's going to make the weapon very, very good. So we're 100% going to add it on here to make the SMG a lot better. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be adding on the Jack BFB. Now, for some reason, you know, a lot of these attachments that I've tried on with this weapon, it just feels like it still bounces. So we're going to go ahead, abuse this attachment, make it cheesy, the cheese gun, and we're going to add on the BFB. It's going to cancel out all the recoil, make it really good at any range. You're going to be super accurate with this SMG, and with it getting a damage range buff, you're being accurate. You really can't beat that. We're going to go ahead and abuse the cheese attachment, so add on the Jack BFB. Now, for the underbarrel, what we're going to be doing is going over here to the vertical grips, and we're going to be adding on the Cerrific vertical grip. Like I say about these attachments, the vertical grips are the best option here in Modern Warfare 3, and especially this one. You're getting movement speed, gun kick control, vertical recoil control, and aim walking movement speed. We're going to make our movement a lot more fast, you know, moving fast around the map, getting into more engagements, get at those high kill games, and also make the weapon more calm. You really can't beat that, especially with this weapon getting buffed, so we're going to go ahead and add on the Cerrific vertical grip. Now we're going to jump down to the magazine next and add on the 40 round mag. Now if you want to add on the 50 round mag, you can, but you have to look at that mobility and that handling that you're taking away from yourself. It's not going to work out, and especially at reload quickness. When they say they take away reload quickness here, they mean it. You reload super slow, and with the 40 round mag, you know, with this weapon not shooting fast, it doesn't have a fast fire rate at all. If you're going to be super accurate with this build, you hit your shots, get your guaranteed kills, you're never going to have to reload. You don't have to slow yourself down to reload all the time. If you're on the base magazine size, I do recommend the 40, but like I said, if you want to run the 50, you can, but I think the 40 round mag is the best option here. And then for my final attachment, guys, we are going to the rear grip, and we're going to be adding on the Marauder grip for gun kick control, firing aiming stability, which is my main reason of using this attachment, and we're also gaining a little bit of more recoil control. But those are the new top 5 best guns to use here after the Season 2 update, after these buffs, after these new weapons to use. So try them all out. Let me know in the comment section what was your favorite build to use, and also let me know what your highest kill game was. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.